asking myself a question over the past week or so. Should I sell my Monster, a lovely Monster that I still enjoy riding very much, for a Streetfighter V4S? And I'm kind of unsure. You know, I only want one bike. I live in the city, and having multiple bikes in a garage here in the city not only is expensive, but it's also just not like, it's just not very practical. Also, I am married, I have children, I have other responsibilities, both financial and time, and I just don't feel like I would, I don't know, like, if I lived in the suburbs, if I still lived in New Jersey, then I'd probably justify that a little bit more. But I only want one bike. At least for now. For the foreseeable future, I only want one bike. And I know, right? When I bought the Monster, I was like, listen, I'm gonna get the 1200S, and it's gonna be enough for me, you know, forever. You know, so, and I bought the 1200S maybe about 4 months or so ago. So clearly, I was wrong in that reasoning as well. But I think I mentioned before in another video that owning bikes in general is illogical, and making decisions on upgrading bikes is illogical, and no matter how much spin you want to put on it, it's illogical. This Monster is perfect. I am nowhere near pushing it to its limits. Probably never will be. And the Streetfighter only pushes that out even more. But I don't know. I like what I like. I like the Streetfighter. I like what it is. A Panigale I will never own in the city, and of course there's that like never word again. But yeah, I just don't see that as practical for myself in the city. My buddies that own Panigales don't live in the city. They're hot. It's a sport bike. You're super stretched out on it. I just don't see that as reasonable here in the city. Riding through the city, whatever, fine, but don't, like, you know, that shouldn't be your only option. Anyway, we need Clarkson. I like the idea of the Streetfighter. I like the V4. I like that. I actually am curious to feel what it feels like to have less power on tap down low, because the Streetfighter doesn't really get its running shoes on until I think it's like 8K, 7K RPM, something like that. This Monster runs fucking standing still. It's incredibly throttle happy throughout the entire power band, and the power band is the entire range of the RPMs. It's a fucking power band right now, sitting still, which is good and bad in the city, right? There's literally no chill in this bike, especially the 1200 in the city. It runs pretty hot, you know, and I'm under no assumption that the Streetfighter is going to run any cooler than the Monster in the city. It's a V4, you know, it's 208 horsepower, which is just a little bit, you know, overkill in the city. I mean, this 1200 is way overkill in the city, and that's at like 150 horsepower, right? So this this guy. So yeah, I like the way that the Streetfighter looks. I like what it stands for. I also think that it would be, I know that it would do far better on the track than this Monster. I like the electronic suspension. I like that it has a steering dampener, and yeah, like the steering dampener I could easily install on this Monster. But that was my other thing, is, you know, do I keep pumping money into this Monster? Like, I know that I would get the titanium exhaust on this, because it's, you know, it's a completely naked bike. There's no fairings down there whatsoever. You can see the exhaust. You can see the whole pipage. The Streetfighter you can't, right? So, you know, people, I think, generally just replace the tip, and the tip cuts the catalytic converter. So that's all you really need to do. You won't really see the headers. So, you know, do I continue spending money on this Monster, which I know is going to have a shelf life for me? You know, maybe it shouldn't be 6 months, but, you know, even if I do decide to hold on to it, you know, I don't think I'll hold on to it past the end of next season. In fact, when I first came up with the idea of selling this to get a Streetfighter, I kind of told myself that, you know, I'll give it the rest of this season and into next season, and then I'll make a decision. But, you know, these things go. My fucking Ducati group is the most miserable bastards when it comes to peer pressure. One guy gets carbon wheels, everyone gets carbon wheels. One guy gets a piece of the helmet, everyone does. You know, the guys that have a Monster in the group also have a panty, right? So, you know, them's the bricks. Most expensive group I ever goddamn joined. I hope you're watching this, by the way. Oh, right, that was a speed bump. So yeah, those are my thoughts in my head. I guess it's no surprise that I'm on my way to Ducati as we speak, because once I get a thought in my head, I need to act on it. Not gonna buy it today. I'm just gonna look. I'm just gonna have a little sit. I heard the seat's really comfy. I'm gonna use it as an armchair at Ducati. I'm just gonna do a little sit on the Streetfighter, and we'll see where that takes me. Hopefully it takes me home on my Monster, not a Streetfighter, but who knows? Who knows? I don't think I'm ready to part with the Monster just yet. I think we've got some unfinished business in time.